Okay, time for tortillas. I'm making it. I said I'm making it. Oh my god, this one. Oh, look. Oh, look. There we go. Woo! Do a little salsa. When you're doing food, you gotta salsa a little bit. Give a second chance. I do what they say I can't. Buddy. Okay, so I'm gonna use this onion. Alright, so now we're gonna make the tortilla. Tortilla is super easy. You're gonna make the meat just like you would usually. This is the thing. I call it gardenia, but my kids are like, it's not gardenia, it's called garden. So this is garden. You can get this in Walmart. You can get this in Publix. Pretty much any supermarket in the frozen section in the healthy area. This is totally vegan. The way that you know is okay, so right here, I don't know if you can see that. That little heart right there is shaped like a V. That means that it's vegan. That is on anything that's vegan has that little heart on it. So this is vegan. It's made of like flour and it's water, soy protein concentrate, caramel color, pressed canola oil, some sugar, and yeast. And then they just seasoned it with like garlic powder, and that's it. So that's all that's in it. It's very, very good. I use this as a meat. When I finish, you're gonna say, wow, it looks just like regular ground beef. All right, so you need that. All right, you need an onion. I usually use a half of one onion, but this one is so tiny, so I'm not gonna use that one. So I'm gonna use a bigger one, like this, but I'm only gonna use half of it. I know, but you see the difference? Like this is so tiny, so I need more than that. La piñata. Suka. Paparazzi, like a lady Gaga. Okay, so I cut this half of onion. I usually cut them fast so they don't make me cry. The other one, I guess because I was showing it to you, it really got to me. But that's it. Put it in the pan. There's the pan over here. Oh wait, see the pan? Just put everything in the pan. I hope you can see. I didn't check to see if you can see. Turn it on. Let me see. You turn it on. I don't know. I don't think you can change it. There you go. Put the onions in there. Okay, so you put it in the pan. I was trying to change the side, but it didn't work. Put some olive oil inside of there. I think you really need to see the pan to know what I'm doing here. But I'm not sure how to do that right now. So you put that in the pan. You put it on like, I don't know, like 5. And you mix it up. Mix it, mix it, mix it. I don't want to put this on the stove. But I will hold it. So, there you go. That's the pan. Put the onions in there. Let them start to fry down. Then You're gonna put the pepper, which I bought. Where did I put it? It's over here. I usually use red pepper. The reason that I use red pepper is because it has more calcium in it and it has more vitamins. I don't know why, but it does. This just came from the store, so I'm gonna wash it because people pick it up, they put their hands on it. Disgusting. I wash everything with soap. Whoops. Sometimes it gets slightly slippery. So can you tell that I'm trying to hurry up because I want to eat? I'm so hungry. So I usually wash it so that it doesn't even feel like it like squeaks. So hear that? I love that sound. Okay, so oh my goodness, now my hair is in my face and it's driving me crazy. It's making my face itch. Okay, I'm having face issues. All right, so you take this out the middle. I think everybody does that, right? I think so. So you take out all the seeds. I try to take out the green area. So it looks like that. Then I slice that up. I love pepper a lot, but I don't like big chunks of pepper in anything. So, I try to make it, pretty small. So I get little bits of it. I gotta hurry up because the onion's already cooking. It smells so good in here. I love onion, garlic, pepper. Oh, it smells so good. Okay. So once it's all chopped up, I usually just keep chopping because I don't like big chunks of pepper everywhere. Yeah, the noise is sick. Only the real people late. Now secret with the thing. Only the challenge and not the fakes. Just in case he's supposed to catch another chip on my stuff. Okay. So this is pretty good. Looks like that. Put it in the pan with the onions. It's so pretty because you have the onion, which is like purple, and then you have the pepper, which is like red. It looks so pretty. I really like it a lot. And I have a bag somewhere. I have a plastic bag that I put all the vegetable garbage in. And again, we're gonna use the bouillon. Like I said, I don't really know how you guys do garlic. Do you just chop it up? I guess I don't know. I usually just use the bouillon because it's easier. For me, I like to use the whole one for any kind of meat or whatever. I always use a whole garlic, like the whole thing. So for the other one, when I do the guacamole, I may have like 3 left. So that's not enough for me. So okay. How can I say? Why am I Jesus? Okay. So there's about 5 or 6 here. The only thing is with garlic, the paper gets on my nerves. Oh my god. But like I said, I just cut it and the paper comes off. I don't know how I do that. I thought it was normal, but that's how everybody does it. I just chop the top off of it and then the thing comes off. I don't know if you can see that. There's so many things here. I'll try to let you see it. But I don't know, it just happens for me. So like I cut right here and then the peel just comes off. I don't know if you can see that. It just comes out and that's it. So I don't go through all that, try to peel it off and all of that. But I thought that was normal. I thought that's how everybody does it. But then my girls are like, nobody does it like that. How do you do that? I really don't know. It's just, what do you call that? Survival of the fittest. I just had to survive one day and I did it, and that's how I always do it now. So it just works for me. So anyway, I do that. And it comes off. So I have a couple of them there. The garlic sometimes can be so annoying because you gotta go through this for each piece. And it's like, oh my god. I just want to be done already. I don't have time for this. Right? So let me see if I have any other big pieces here. Oh, that one tried to fly away. Alright. And I usually have a bag for the garbage, for the vegetable garbage, because it's always like a lot of vegetable garbage, like seeds and all this other kind of nonsense. So I have a little bag here next to me. Alright, one more, and then I will start to slam that one together. Drop top Porsche, holding on my wrist. Diamonds up and down my chain. Can't tell me nothing but stuff and I've changed the game. Guess my big girl's supposed to that little girl shook. That little boy shook. I'm saying to me all I do my money dance right. Living on the grand right. Okay. So let me just stir this up a little so there's no burning happening. The onions are already starting to get soft. Okay. And then the garlic goes in there. You smash them. I can't imagine chopping garlic because it's so tiny. So I don't really know. I know that I think before I did the pinon, I probably just smashed it with a knife because, you know, I don't have time for all that. Trying to smash it, like, I don't know. I can't do like a bunch of like chopping. That just, to me, for garlic, it doesn't make sense. I don't know. So some of it is left on there, so I put that in the pan. So that all comes off because I hate to waste garlic. I love garlic. And rinse that off so that none of the garlic stays there forever. I'm gonna get my little spoon and grab the rest of the garlic out of here, put it inside of the pan. Okay, and then I'll let you see it. So that's what it looks like. There's just a little olive oil in there, in the pan, and it's just onion, garlic, pepper, and then we're gonna season it, right? So usually I will season the garlic and stuff, and then I will season the meat. So I'm just gonna put salt, like the adobo, on the I wish I could put it like on the stove so you can see, but I don't want my phone to burn. So just put a little adobo on there. Adobo it has salt, but it has like other things in it, so you can use a lot and it doesn't get like super salty. So I use adobo for everything. I don't know if you have it in your house, but if you don't, you need to get it in your house because, you know, you can't live without adobo. Once you get adobo, you will never use anything else. That's just how life goes. Okay, so that's the onions, pepper, garlic. I'll be right back. Alright, so I'm just stirring that up a little bit. Alright, so I have onions, pepper, garlic in there, and it's pretty much down already, like it's cooked down already. So now I'm gonna put the meat. So this is the meat, garden. It looks like ground beef, honestly. And once you season it up, hi there, little Pookie. This is what it looks like. Looks like ground meat. And once you season it and you put all your seasonings on it, it tastes like ground meat. So, but it's just soy protein. That's it. So let's put it here. Maybe I can put it here. Yeah, that's a good idea. Hold on. Put this here. Okay. Okay. So this is the pan that has the onions, pepper, garlic in it. Now you can see my face. Okay. Let me turn on the light. Okay. So then you're just gonna pour this in there. Looks like ground beef. Right? And it cooks down just like ground beef. Right? So the only thing is with this, you can't really put oil because it's soy protein. So when you put the oil in there, it just kind of sucks it inside of there. So to cook it, to make it like work the right way, I gotta rinse this out because otherwise the garlic stays in there. So in order for it to really work, you have to put water, which I think is probably better for your system anyway. So this is water that I got from the faucet. And I just put some water in there, just a little bit right now. And I let it cook. Ugh. I'm making a mess. So you let it cook. And let me just get a cup. And usually just keep a cup of water close by, pour it in there. I put it in like 6 on the stove, and just stir it down just like you would like regular meat, and stir it with the onions and peppers and garlic, and then I start seasoning while it's cooking. So first thing, of course, is adobo. We have to put adobo on everything. I put a lot. Even though it seems like it's a lot of adobo that I'm using, adobo is not really salty because it has like garlic powder, has onion powder, has salt, and it has other things. So it's like seasoned. So you can put a lot of adobo and it won't taste like salty. And then I use all my other seasonings, everything that I love. So I put some parsley, and then you have to put cumin, I think it's called. Put some cumin in there. And then, okay, and then we have some curry powder. I thought I ran out. I was about to have a heart attack. But I have another one here. Okay. And then put some curry powder. And then basil, of course. Excuse me. Basil. I love basil. I love the way it tastes. I love the way it smells. I already put parsley. Did I put oregano? I think I did, but I'll put a little more. Oregano. And then, let's see. What's this? What's there? Looking for my chili powder and I don't find it. Who's gonna pull up on who and do what? Alright, I don't find my chili powder, which makes me a little bit sad because I always put chili powder in everything too. Which means that my girls used it and they didn't tell me that it ran out. It's here empty, but they don't have a new one. And oh, here it goes. Alright, got a small one. A little bit of chili powder. Okay, and now it's already needing some water. Put some water in there. And then you just start to mix. And mix it really, really good. Okay. It smells so good in here right now. It smells really good. Okay. Now I'm gonna taste a little bit. Let me just press this out. Let's see. It's good. Nice and salty. Tastes good. I'm gonna turn it up a little bit. A little bit more water. The water is like almost like how you would use oil in the regular, like with regular meat. It like coats it and helps it to cook better, and it gives it like that brown. It like browns it really good. Alright. And then, oh, here's the tortillas. Let me put this in the garbage. Alright, so while this is cooking and getting nice and brown, it looks really good. That's what it looks like. It looks like ground meat. And it tastes just like ground meat as well. But while that's cooking, you can start getting your tortillas ready. But you can't cook the tortillas until you are completely done making everything and having everything set up. So these are the tortillas. It's tortilla land. That's what this is the one that I use. These are the big ones. They're like, I don't know how many inches it is, but they're the big ones. Because they have ones that are small ones. I have a small one too. Let me show you the small one. Hold on. Okay, so these are the small ones, right? But this is more like like I use this when I made fish tacos, but the fish tacos is made with cauliflower instead of fish. So I use these for tacos because once they cook down a little bit. And then the other one is looks like more like a burrito, like almost like burritos, but it's tortilla. It's tortilla, right? Okay, so this is what we're gonna cook in a minute. If you have it in the fridge, you take it out the fridge now. If you have it in the freezer, you take it out the freezer before you start cooking at all. Because you don't want it to be hard because then they crack and it's awful. Alright, so this is starting to brown on the bottom. So of course, I'm going to have to put a little more water so it will not stick to the pan. So I just love that you can use oil on that because it's, you know, it's better for you to use water than to use oil anyway. It's really cooking good. It looks really good, really awesome. Okay. Now when you're making the tortillas, usually the best thing to do is like to have a pan for tortilla that you don't use nothing on that pan except for the tortillas. Because tortillas, they don't really need anything. Like you don't need butter, you don't need like oil or nothing. It just needs heat. So I use this pan. It's kind of like, I don't know, it has like a little thing on it. It's like a messed up pan, but it's like a Teflon, I think they call it, that it doesn't stick. And it's like one of my old pans, but we only use it for tortilla. Like this is always by the thing because everybody loves tortilla. This is like our favorite meal to make here. So it's always like right by the stove somewhere. And I think if anything ever happens to that pan, we're gonna be so sad because we're not gonna know what pan to use for the tortillas. So anyway, the meat is done. I'll show you what it looks like. See? It looks just like ground meat. No different. See? So that's all done and finished. And it looks so good. My doggy is like wanting water, so I'm gonna pour him some water. I don't know if you hear him, he's like hitting his bowl. I'm gonna pour some water into his bowl. Okay, all right, so this is done. So we will turn this off. So it's off completely. That's gonna go inside the tortillas. Then I usually get like a little bowl like this. And in the bowl, let me put these away. So I didn't use the pepper and the other side of the onion, so I usually just put them in a bag in the fridge. I'm gonna put that away. And then this goes in my little thing. Where is it? Did I put my little thing on? Oh, it's right here on the stove. Okay, and then in the little bowl, I'm gonna put the tomato. It's just me, so I'm just gonna put the half a tomato. That should be okay, I think. No, I think I probably need more because, you know, I like tomatoes. So, and that one is really a little bit. So I just take that and I put that in a bowl. Let me get the other tomato. Let me wash it. Nice. Okay, so now I'm just gonna cut. I got a small tomato. The small tomatoes. I usually get the small tomatoes. I don't get the large ones. I don't know why. I just like them better. They're easier to manage and it's easier to cut it up into small slices for the tortillas. And you know, you don't need a lot. You don't need like maybe 3 or 4, and then that's it. And then when you're gonna make it again, you get like 3 or 4 more, and that's it. You know. Whereas when you get a big tomato, sometimes you don't use it all, and then you just have tomato just sitting around, and I don't like that. So anyway, this is the tomato. So I put that in there, and then you can get the vegan cheese. Today I'm not gonna use it, but they have this called Vegan Gourmet. I usually can get this in Publix. Sometimes it's a little hard to find in Walmart, but it has a little vegan thing on it. Let me find it. It's always hiding somewhere. Okay, so here is verified vegan. You see that? I don't know if you can see that. But right there it says verified vegan and it's no GMOs. So this is the vegan cheese. You can get it in cheddar. The only thing, it doesn't taste like cheese. It tastes more creamier than cheese. It's almost like you eating creamy milk or something. I don't know. Oh, this is my song, so I went there. Okay, so that's pretty much it. So I have my tomatoes chopped up. I have cheese in there, but I'm not gonna really use that because I have the guacamole. You can also get in Publix. They have the cream cheese that is no milk, no dairy. It's vegan cream cheese. It's all of that stuff is in the vegetable aisle. It's not like where it belongs. It's like in the vegetable aisle altogether. But I have the guacamole, so I don't need that either. I have tomato, I have this, and I have spinach. I usually just buy like the little thing of spinach. It's just a little bit left, but it's just me, so I don't have to worry. Okay, and now we're gonna make the tortilla. So, oh, I forgot to put the sauce. So, once you finish the meat, if you put this in the tortilla, it's not gonna taste like anything. I usually make my own sauce, like with the little, what do you call that? The little tomato sauce, but I don't feel like it today. So you just use regular sauce, ragu, I think it is. It's just a traditional one. Sometimes I'll use the tomato basil one. You put it in here, just a little bit of it. I don't use the whole thing, just a little bit. You have to wipe that off. I don't see this. Okay, wipe that off. Okay, and then you just, kind of mix it in, because when you make tortillas, you want the tortillas to be like a little bit juicy. You don't want it to be, like you want it to be juicy. You don't want it to be, just like flat seasoned meat. So I just put a little water on top of that, and you mix it in. It needs a little bit of more water so that it's not like tomato sauce like for spaghetti. You want it to be juicy. So I just put a little water, and then the meat will suck up some of the water. So, but you want it to be a little juicy, because tortillas is supposed to be juicy. You're supposed to bite into it, it's nice and juicy, and you put the tomatoes and everything. So you do that just a little bit. You don't need a lot, but it's to your taste. If you really like a lot of sauce, then you can put a lot of sauce, but I usually just put a little bit. All right, and so this is what it looks like now. Let's see, it has like a little sauce in there now. It's a little bit more juicy than it was.